Hey, this is John Martinez with Midwest Revenue Group. My team and I have been training sales teams across the country for many years now. Now, most of our clients come to us pretty simply because they've got a sales team and they just want them to perform better. I get that. Who doesn't want that, right? In business, we're always trying to improve. So every once in a while, we get this really interesting situation where business owners come to us who want sales improvement, but their team is already doing exceptionally well. So pretend that you've got 10 salespeople. They're all performing at 90% of their potential. They're doing really well and they're almost maxed out on potential. If you were able to get all 10 of these salespeople to get to 95% of their potential, even 100% of their potential, then let's do the math there. That's 10% times 10 employees, you get about 100% return on that. Now, if you're like most people I've worked with in this situation, to get someone who's almost at full potential to squeak out that last little bit, that's not easy. What happens is you take this team, you put all of this money and training into trying to get this last 5 or 10% out of them. This changes everything. You might actually even take a working system and break it at this point. You can even cause some changes in morale. When people are doing well and you change everything up on them for almost no reason, it can be a little bit disheartening. You can actually have the opposite effect. You can actually start decreasing performance by just throwing these new changes and these new strategies at them. If you're watching this, you can probably relate to that. So let me ask you a question. Instead of trying to make your sales team just that little bit better, what if you made it bigger? It's a lot easier to go and find 10 more people with potential and train them to be good than it is to get people who are already performing very well to perform just a little bit better. The reason why most people don't do that, the reason why most people don't make their team bigger instead of better, is a couple reasons. One is the overhead. They look at adding staff as adding more expenses, and if you're trying to increase the bottom line, it doesn't seem, on the surface at least, to make sense to add to expenses, right? Because you're decreasing from the bottom line. Let's be real with each other. We know that no salesperson is an expense. They all bring in more money. They all generate more revenue than they take. So we know that right off the bat. Toss that out immediately. The next reason why is because they don't feel like they have the time. And the reason why they don't feel like they have the time to grow their staff is the problem. It's because they're spending all their time and energy trying to squeak out that last 5 or 10% from their team that's already doing well. This reminds me of a call center that I work with. This call center is an overseas call center in the Philippines. The reps in this call center, they do outbound lead generation, and they're good. They're really good. They're tested extensively before they're hired. This company makes sure that they hire the best people with the potential to be really good. They're put into a good week-long training system and they get all the scripting and everything they need. They're really good. When the company came to me and wanted better performance, we had two choices. Can we take this group of talented individuals and make them just a little bit better? Or could we grow it? The obvious answer, now that you're thinking this way, is to grow it. We could have spent days and weeks and months poring over every word in the script and every little bit of accent that might have been losing some rapport. And we could have done those things in tons and tons of time and energy, and it would have been frustrating if we didn't get any results. But instead of doing that, all we did was we hired more people with the potential to be good. We placed them into the training system that we knew already worked, and then we were able to double revenue and grow like crazy because we took the approach of hiring, of growing a sales team and putting them into a system that already works instead of just trying to squeak out a little bit more productivity from the sales team that already existed. So if you want to grow your team, the most important thing, the main thing to focus on is to make sure you grow your team with the people that have potential to be good. If you have the right people, if they have the potential, you can just place them into your training system and you know exactly where they're going to get. The key here, the leverage point, is making sure you hire the right people. Now, I always recommend psychometric testing. What that means is it's just a test. It's not a personality profile or anything like that, but it will tell you who can sell and if they will sell for you. Because sometimes there's people who can sell, but they're lazy or they're not self-motivated and they won't sell. Other times there's people who are really motivated, but they just don't have the capacity to sell. They don't have the right skill set. They don't have the right mindset. So you got to get both those things, people who can and will sell. We test people for this all the time. That's usually the first step to training a team or to building a team. So find a good sales-focused psychometric assessment and you'll be well on your way to finding the right people to place into your sales system. This is John Martinez with Midwest Revenue Group. I hope you found this to be valuable. If you have a great team and you're looking to kind of expand on that and get more results, if you know anyone else in this situation or anyone else who could benefit from this video, please pass it on.